This video is for chapter 13 in our text, Lewis Vaughn's Doing Ethics, and our topic is human values and the environment. So the core issue in environmental ethics is what entities have moral status and to what degree do they have it. So we're going to take a look in this video at just a couple of different ways of approaching this question, and then I will leave it to you to decide where you fall. So the traditional view has been anthropocentrism. And this is the view that only humans have moral standing. So this is a human-centered approach, and it means that all other entities in nature have only instrumental value, meaning that their value is determined by their usefulness to human beings, that all other entities in nature lack intrinsic value, that is, value in themselves. Now, this view does not necessarily advocate that the natural environment and all that is within it should not be respected or cared for. You can actually have a very compassionate approach to the environment and still be anthropocentric. So anthropocentrism rests on the belief that humans alone deserve moral standing simply because they alone are capable of reasoned decision-making, reasoned moral decision-making. So zoocentrism is the belief that both animals and humans have moral status. Now, this view rests on the assumption that sentience determines moral standing, not simply the ability to reason. Humans and animals are capable of feeling fear, sadness, pleasure, and pain, and thus should enjoy the same moral respect. Now, a third view is biocentrism, and this is the view that all living entities have moral status, from the amoeba to the human being, whether they are sentient or not. Now, biocentrists differ in the degree to which living things have moral standing, with some claiming that all living things deserve equal moral respect, from the amoeba to the human. And others grant moral respect in correlation with sentience. So the more sentient a person or animal is, the higher its moral standing. Obviously, humans would be at the top of that hierarchy. So the implications of these positions on our relationship to the natural environment, like many moral concerns, often find themselves woven into public policy and law. And if you reflect on, at least in the United States, public policy and law regarding the environment, you'll see that it is largely anthropocentric. And again, this does not mean that the natural environment should be dominated by humanity, but simply that it should be understood or has value in the context of how human needs can be met through the natural environment. But what we often forget, I think, is that our relationship to the environment is also an indication of our moral progress, humanity's moral progress. So I want to leave you with this quote to ponder as we set up for our next chapter, which is on animal rights. And it's a quote from Mark Twain from 1906, from What is Man? And the quote goes, "So the fact that man knows right from wrong proves his intellectual superiority to other creatures. But the fact that he can do wrong proves his moral inferiority to any creatures that cannot." So with that, I will leave you, and we will talk about animal rights in the next video.